My wife started watching me 2 months ago. Not the way a wife watches a husband. Not love. Not worry. The way something watches prey. It started small. A Tuesday morning, coffee in hand, running late, and I caught her eyes at the end of the hallway. Just her eyes. The rest of her body tucked behind the corner, her dark hair pressed flat against the wall. She vanished the moment I noticed her. I heard her scurry away, and somewhere further in the house, she laughed. I told myself it was playful, that Mara had finally decided to be silly after years of being serious. I burned my lips on the coffee and forgot about it by lunchtime. I should have paid closer attention to the laugh. 3 days later, 2 in the morning. I went to the kitchen for water. That feeling, the one your body knows before your mind does, stopped me cold at the counter. I looked down. Her face was on the floor, pressed against the tile on the other side of the island, looking up at me, unblinking, smiling the widest smile I had ever seen on a human face. I screamed. She scrambled away on all fours, hands and feet slapping the tile, moving like something that had forgotten it was supposed to walk upright. By the time I got to our bedroom, she was in bed, breathing slow and deep, perfectly still. I stood over her for a long time. I told myself she was asleep. I told myself a lot of things that month. She kept watching, from behind the couch, from inside the curtains. Once, from inside the old trunk at the foot of our bed, lid propped open just enough for half her face, that grin splitting the dark. I asked her to stop. She'd laugh it off in the morning, deny it, wrap her arms around me and say something that made me feel stupid for asking. Then one evening she looked at me over dinner and said, "Maybe I've just gotten better at it." She wasn't joking. I started to understand something, slowly. The way you understand a thing you don't want to be true. She wasn't trying to scare me. She was practicing. The night everything changed, she was supposed to be out. I was in the shower when I felt it, that animal certainty of being watched. I opened my eyes. Her head was inside the shower curtain. Just her head, her body still outside, her dark hair soaked through and dripping, mouth hanging open, eyes wide and red and absolutely still. Makeup running down her face in 2 black lines. She looked at me the way a child looks at something wonderful. I pressed myself against the wall. We stayed like that, neither of us moving, until she slowly pulled back. I heard the bathroom door slam. I locked myself inside for over an hour. When I finally looked under the door, I saw nothing. Clear hallway, all the way to the stairs. I stood up, turned the lock, and heard a sound from inside the closet. I turned. She was watching me through the gap. Hands clasped to her chest, shaking, making a sound I had never heard from her before. Low and wet and ecstatic, like something surfacing from very deep water. I ran. I went to my brother's house that night, 40 minutes away. I told myself it was far enough. It wasn't. I woke before sunrise on his couch. That feeling again, heavier this time. I turned my head to the window. She was outside, face against the glass. She'd been there long enough that her breath had fogged 2 small circles around her eyes. She wasn't looking at me the way a wife looks at a husband she misses. She was looking at me the way you look at something you've been searching for. The way you look when you finally found it. When my brother called down from upstairs, she was gone. The only proof she'd been there. 2 long streaks of condensation, still slowly dripping down the glass. I went back to our house the next morning. I had to. I owed her that much. The curtains were all drawn. The air inside smelled of rot. I went through every room. I found her in the bedroom closet. Not her. What she had collected. Laid out in careful pairs across the closet floor, animal eyes. Dozens of them, sized from marble to quarter, arranged with a precision that took time. That took patience. That took intention. She had been building something. A collection of ways to see. I understood it then. Every peek from every corner. Every grin in the dark. She wasn't hiding from me. She was watching me. Again and again and again, from every angle, memorizing every room. Building towards something I still don't have a name for. We found her under the bed, curled on her side, hands clasped under her chin, shaking, making that sound, that low, wet, ecstatic sound, looking at us the way she looked at me through every window, every curtain gap, every closet door, like she had never been more content in her life. I reached out to her. I still thought I could help her. I still thought she was Mara. She put a shard of glass through my arm. I'm in a motel room now. The stitches itch. The police went back to the house. She wasn't there. 40 minutes ago, my phone lit up. Unknown number. 3 words. I found you. And a photograph. Dark, grainy, shot through glass, the reflection of a window I recognize. The room I'm in right now. I've been sitting very still since then, not moving, not turning on any more lights. Because I've learned something about Mara in these past 2 months. She doesn't rush. She's patient. She'll wait as long as it takes, pressed into whatever dark corner she's found, perfectly still, until I look up.
Subscribe. Share with someone who sleeps with the lights on. We'll be here, waiting.